Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA.
Ocala.
All right, 5 minutes after 9 o'clock. It's time for Veterans News. Hank Whittier is in the studio. Good morning, Hank.
Hey, guys. Good morning. Good morning, Ocala. Glad you tuned in this morning. I wasn't here last week. Thank you guys for filling in, and I got a lot of complaints about the show.
Well, you're not in the driver's seat. What else do you expect, sir?
We tried to get as many of those comments as we could.
Oh, absolutely. You know, but that's all right. I think there's a lawsuit pending, but
yeah. Well, we wanted you to feel real bad about not being here.
I felt real bad, but it wasn't about me not being here. Let me tell you. All right, you know, we've got a lot to talk about this morning, but we do have casualties, and I think Terry Bavard is on the line from the Sheriff's Department. Right, Terry?
Yes, sir.
Hey, good morning, Terry.
How are you?
I'm doing outstanding, buddy. How about you?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
And you got, unfortunately, some killed in action.
Yeah,
right?
Yes, sir, we do. We got actually 3, so if it's okay, I'll go ahead and start.
Sure.
All right, the first one is a federal corrections officer, is Eric Williams, and Eric was with the Federal Bureau of Prisons. His end of watch was February the 25th. Eric was stabbed by a inmate while the inmate was in custody. Eric was 34 years old and been with the Bureau of Prisons for less than 2 years. The second we have is Detective Elizabeth Butler, and Elizabeth was with the Santa Cruz Police Department. Her end of watch is February the 26th, 2013. She was shot and killed while investigating a sexual assault complaint. She had 10 years with the agency. She was also in the company with her sergeant, Lauren Butch Baker. Sad to report that he was also killed in the same incident, and his end of watch is once again February the 26th. Once again, him and the other officer were investigating a sexual complaint when it turned violent. He had 28 years with that agency.
Yeah. You never know, Terry.
You do. You never know.
You never know on those calls, buddy.
Yep.
All right, listen. You stay safe, okay?
Yes, sir, Hank. Call if you need something.
Good talking to you, man.
Bye-bye.
And Hank, you have Brian on the other line?
Okay. Hey, good morning, Brian. We had Brian.
Yeah, there you go.
Good morning.
Hey, Brian.
How are you?
I'm doing. How are you?
Excellent, thanks.
Yeah. You don't come and see us anymore, Brian.
Well, I've been busy. We've got the Irish delegation visiting us this week.
Oh, is that right?
In fact, they're going home this week, but
Where
from
are
our
they?
sister city in Newbridge, Ireland.
Oh, is that right?
So
Okay.
they've been a lot of fun.
So you're whining and dining, huh?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They're entertaining us.
Okay, very good. You got, and unfortunately, you got a couple of casualties too, right?
Yeah, I got 3 for this week.
Okay.
The first is Claudia Sokol, age 55. Volunteer firefighter with 6 years of service, died on February 22nd. She was with the Diligence Fire Company in Summit Hill, Pennsylvania. Died from a medical emergency at the scene of a motor vehicle accident. The second is David Schwepp, a firefighter age 43 with 20 years of fire service. Died on February 24th with the Carters Valley Fire Department located in Church Hill, Tennessee. Died of a medical emergency at the scene of a brush fire. And finally, the third one is firefighter Nate Froon with the Matawan Fire District in Matawan, Michigan. Volunteer firefighter with 3 years of service, age 22. Died of cardiac arrest while responding to a structure fire.
Okay. All right, Terry. Thank you, buddy. You take care of yourself out there.
All right. Thanks.
All right, we'll be talking. Thanks,
all right,
buddy.
take care.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Okay, you got one Marine,
I got
right?
one Marine casualty. Staff Sergeant Jonathan D. Davis, 34, out of Kayenta, Arizona. And he was assigned to the Headquarters Battalion, 32nd Georgian Liaison Team, Regimental Combat Team 7 out of the 1st Marine Division, Marine Expeditionary Force out of Camp Pendleton, California.
Okay. Anybody have anybody local they wanted to mention, passed on? No. Okay, Larry, go ahead.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved. How precious did that grace appear, the hour I first believed. Through many dangers, toils, and snares, we have already gone. 'Twas grace that brought us safe thus far, and grace will lead us
Constantly. Yep. All right, guys. Thanks. Appreciate it, Larry. Are you going to whisper all day long? I mean, what? No, I think you were. A little format here. You know, I get rid of a couple of the kind of problem children, and another one comes in.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm talking.
You weren't talking about Curly, right?
No, we're talking about somebody else that's not here anymore, Donald. Hey, listen. Let me mention that we're still brought to you by Ford Lincoln of Ocala.
Yes,
Matter of fact, they called me yesterday. I want to know when I'm going to pick up that Mustang that you bought for me, Don. Cherry red, huh? I like that. Yeah. That's about matchbox size. Yeah. Anyway, they called about a couple of things, but they're still involved with the Heart Walk and all that stuff, and sponsoring that, and doing a few other things. Steve Halosi's a good guy, but Ford Lincoln of Ocala are good people. They sell good cars to you folks out there. They service them, and if you want to buy new, you can do that, and if you want to buy used, also. And they got an office in Bellevue, the new store going up. I'm trying to talk Don in here to buy American next time around, so we're heading in that direction. And Robert's Funeral Home and Cemeteries, around a long time, 125 years, 130 years. I've lost track, but that's a long time. And yeah, well, very good, Don. You've been practicing that line all night, haven't you? Huh? And you still didn't get it right. But Robert's are good people, too. They've been in this community a long time. We always talk to you. Do some pre-planning. Go out there and talk to those folks. Save your family all that grief and all that anxiety when the time comes. So those are two good folks that take care of us, take care of veterans, and take care of this community. And, Dono, you brought a couple of distinguished guests with you this morning. What they have to do with you, I have no idea.
Yes, I did. I brought two great Americans with me. Both of them are veterans. They're both from the Free and Accepted Masons, District 15, Florida, in Marion Dunn Lodge 19. They're the Omas. They came up with the idea. They helped sponsor the Helping Veterans golf tournament. I have Mr. Mark Haley, who is the master of the lodge, Marion Dunn Lodge 19 again. He has something special to say today, very close and dear to him.
Yes, I do. I am proud to announce that I have 2 sons that are in the Marines. One is a major, the other a gunny sergeant. Both active reserves. Mark had just gotten back from a mission that he performed somewhere, I'm not sure. And I want to wish him a happy birthday. Yesterday was his birthday. Wow. And he's presently in Fort Benning, Georgia.
Fort Benning. He's
at jump school. He's doing an advanced course up there. And anyway, I'm very proud to say that they didn't follow me in the Air Force. Thought I'd throw that in before Don jumped on me.
The paramilitary. Well, we like to wish them a successful career and a safe career, and a happy birthday to your son. And we want to thank you very much, being a great American yourself, being in SAC back in the 60s, Strategic Air Command. We thank you very much for protecting this country. We also have another guest, very special and dear to me. He helped me move to Florida and get acquainted with the folks at the lodge, Mr. Russ Pellman, who served in World War II in the U.S. Army, but worked with the Marines. So I can't say he's all bad.
Thank you.
Russ, thank you for serving. Thanks for all your service, too.
Well, I guess it's, when you look back on those years, nobody was expecting any accolades. It was a war to get one, and we just jumped in. Fortunately, we got the job done. I'm kind of wondering if we were supposed to have been the greatest generation, but I kind of question that sometimes.
Well, don't question it. You are. Hank, did you want to say something? Because I want
to say something.
I first want to say these guys are the fathers of this Veterans Helping Veterans fundraiser, the charitable event, the golf tournament that's going to be held on October 18th and 19th at the Golden Ocala Country Club and Equestrian and Golf Country Club. I really want to thank you very much for helping us and supporting this effort, because bringing in the District 15 of the Masons in Florida is huge to help us and support us. Thank you.
Do you have any upcoming events at the lodge or things that you want to talk about or mention that besides this, which is a little bit off in the future, but anything else coming up? You talk about the little delivery you made the other day. These guys were part of it.
So as part of Veterans Helping Veterans, as you all know, we're out there trying to help folks get into homes. And our theme this year is American Heroes Shouldn't Be Homeless. So we're out there trying to help. We put our first veteran into a home, and believe me, I've been out there twice, and she's just ecstatic about having a roof over her head with her family. But her next door neighbor was a veteran as well, who was going through some tough times. As we were over there helping her move in, they came over, and they have 4 children. He's a veteran. He's trying to work. He's got a lot of bills that build up, and they don't have a washer or a dryer. So they asked us, through the Masons, through the Veterans Helping Veterans, we got them a washer and dryer. We delivered it the other day, and it was a fantastic feeling for all of us to help somebody that needed help. And they were very humble and thankful and grateful for what we did for them. Again, thanks everybody for helping out.
Now, I understand that you all have photos of him actually working. Is that right?
Yes.
We do have
We were
photos.
quite surprised that that happened.
Yeah, well, I was no more surprised than you, and although we had a hard time working with you, almost broke your neck in the process.
Right, and I filed my claim with disability.
Well, whose truck was that? Was that your truck, Russ?
That was my truck.
He's probably already called your insurance company.
One thing I did want to mention, we've got a car show coming up, actually car and crafts, April the 20th, and everybody's invited, and we should have a fun day. welcome all of you.
Is that going to be at your facility?
Yes, I'm sorry. Yes, at our facility.
And where is that?
1846, 36th Avenue.
Very good.
Next to Jervy Gantt Park.
Okay, very good. Well, these guys are really stepping up. I don't know if you can you hear me?
Not well.
You know, they're really stepping up to the plate to help out the veterans in Marion County, and not just Marion County, but around. But another one of the groups, the Masonic Lodge, does a lot of stuff in the community, a lot of things that, again, they don't brag about, talk about. They just continually work on behalf of this community, and we just happen to match up well this time. But we're proud of them, and particularly these two guys, because they're both veterans as well. So we're glad they're aboard, and we're going to be all working together. Listen, we have somebody else that just stepped in back of us here, and Russ, let him sit there, and I'll keep standing here. So we've kind of run out of chairs. Kent, why don't you come up here? You know, the other day over at Congressman Nugent's get-together, they asked me to introduce the mayor, but they told me, don't make a speech, Hank, because I tend to be a little long-winded, and keep it simple. I couldn't have kept it more simple the other day.
You did a good job.
But anyway, Kent Gwynn has been a real friend to us, a real friend to the veterans here in Marion County, and we're lucky to have him as a mayor. So Kent wanted to come in this morning and talk about a couple of things. And Kent, if you got some information you want to share with us, you probably have a big check for us or something.
Sure.
Is that right?
No. No, I mean, I didn't have anything specific to talk about. I was invited just to stop by every once in a while, so I put this on my schedule. But no, I mean, I obviously a big supporter of the veterans. I know one of the things that we did with J.P. Morgan Trust, their Wounded Warriors group, you know, we were able to be involved with giving a gentleman that came home from Afghanistan a home out in Silver Spring Shores. I stay in touch with him. Actually, he was in the Veterans Hospital not too awfully long ago, and went up to visit him, and he's still doing good. I know from time to time I'll call on you to help out when guys, you know, have some problems, and you know, sometimes people end up calling me for a lot of things that have absolutely nothing to do with the mayor, but they, you know that I know people that know people, and you know, I'm able to help guide them to the right folks. So I'm always obviously, you know, happy to do that, and especially happy to do it for the veterans. I was telling this gentleman here, tell me your name again.
Don Harrison.
Don Harrison. I was telling I wasn't in the military. I had some asthma when I was a child, and so I sent my stuff in, and they sent it back, and they said, "Nah, we can't take you," whatever. And I tried to get in the reserves about 10 years later, and they said, "Remember that letter we sent you in '73? Still don't want you." And so anyway, but my son went to work for recently for Special Ops Command down at Medill Air Force Base as the Science and Technology Advisor to them. And I know that he can't really tell me what they do, but he's finishing his PhD and you know, doing some work for them. So you know, I told him it's a great way to serve your country. He's not in the service, but he gets his paycheck from the Air Force, but thinking about joining the reserves. So anyway, so yeah, I mean, obviously big supporter of the veterans. Anything I can do, you know, to help them out. My father-in-law was in the 82nd Airborne and retired and everything, and so yeah, military is close to my heart. So.
Well, we welcome your presence, and we would love to have you out at the golf tournament on the 18th and 19th.
Yeah,
we are bringing some equipment in. We're bringing in, it looks like we're going to bring in a couple Blackhawks, and we're going to bring in some technical equipment that your son might be interested in.
I invited my son to come up here and told him about you, and he wants to be here.
I would like to meet him, and
sure,
I mean,
definitely.
if I can help him, I'll give him some guidance and direction, because I was ahead of a lot of scientific development for the intel side of the world.
He would love to talk to you.
Well, thank you, and I thank you for your support.
Sure.
I'd love to have you as a guest at a function.
Definitely.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay, Kent. Thanks
Thank
for coming. Anytime.
Always good to see you.
Anytime.
All right. All right.
Yeah, you don't have to run off. I know you, but you're busy. And you know, Kent, when you're here, we're a lot better dressed crew. You definitely bring us up a little bit.
Well, you know, they put this on the web now, and so you have to be careful of what you look like. And you not only have to have a good radio voice.
Well, obviously we don't care.
Yeah.
But I happen to see was it a Style? One of the magazines had you as one of the best dressed in town.
I didn't even know I was in there.
Yeah.
Someone said I voted for you, and I said, "You mean for mayor?" And they said, "No,
best. Yeah, I think there were 3 or 4 of you and Frank DeLuca. Yeah, you all dressed to the nines. You can tell the rest of us get our clothes out of Salvation Army or something. Yeah, well, I'll speak for all of us. That's okay. On most occasions. Listen, why don't we take a break, come back. These guys are going to have a lot of announcements. You got a phone call?
No, the mic is not.
Oh, okay. But thank you. That was Kent's fault. Anyway, take a break. We'll come back. We'll do some announcements of Curly's group and a few other things we want to talk about. We have to talk about the other golf tournament. There's a major change, and I'll mention that when I come back.
All right, we'll be right back.
Okay.
Life's journey has many ups and downs, but you can take comfort in the knowledge that Robert's Funeral Home is here to serve you and your family with loving care and dignity. The Roberts family has been providing their caring services since 1898 and offer traditional, custom, cremation, and veteran services. Pre-made arrangements are also available. Roberts Funeral Homes. Great funeral homes serve great people.
If you add 0 plus 0 plus 0, it adds up to what? 0. For a limited time, you can drive a new 2013 Ford Fiesta, Focus, Fusion, Edge, Escape, or Explorer with 0 down, 0 do-it signing, and 0 first month payment. But if you're one who might need a little more influence, how about we include another 0? A 3-year, 45,000-mile complimentary basic maintenance plan. That's just the way we roll at Ford Lincoln of Ocala. It's the power of 4G. Great brands at great prices with great service from great people. You can miss out on a lot of things in life, but whatever you do, be sure not to miss this extraordinary opportunity to drive a new Ford with 0 down, 0 do-it signing, 0 first month payment, and no charge 3-year basic maintenance during Ford Lincoln of Ocala's Sign and Ride event. Browse our inventory from the comfort of your home at fordofocala.com, but you're still going to have to come in. You see, it's called a Sign and Ride event. See dealer for details.
Stay informed on everything going on in the villages with the Village Spectator newspaper. The Village Spectator is exclusively devoted to the villages with news, commentary, and more. And yes, they have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company that fits your needs, and all we ask is that you tell them where you heard about them. Call Tom's Picks at 804-1223 and pick up your copy of the Village Spectator today.
Now read Ocala Downtown newspaper online.
So what did you do with your weekend? Me? I was flying, because I'm taking flying lessons from Ocala Aviation. Now you're probably thinking to yourself, hey, I'd like to give that a shot, but I'm not quite sure. Well, I've got the solution. It's called the Discovery Flight, and that's exactly what it is. It helps you discover the wonder of flying and if it's for you. It's only $99, and it gives you the chance to learn a bit more about the airplane and then actually go for a ride with a flight instructor and take control of the airplane. That's how I got started, and now I'm on my way to being a pilot. Yeah, I know, scary thought, right? But the demand for qualified pilots is stronger than ever, and with the help of Ocala Aviation, you could make a career change and learn to be a commercial pilot. But it all starts with a Discovery Flight. So stop by the flight school, conveniently located at the Ocala Airport, visit the website at ocalaaviation.com, or call 861-7484. That's 861-7484. Ocala Aviation. Your adventure starts here.
Every day we hear another story about innovation or about cutting-edge technology taking place right here in Ocala. The power plant, IHMC, Ocala 489. Did you know that important medical research is also being conducted here that may impact hundreds of thousands of people in the country someday? Maybe you've heard the name Renstar, but like so many others, perhaps you didn't realize that Renstar Medical Research is one of the top facilities of its kind anywhere in the U.S. There are important research studies being conducted by a highly qualified team of medical experts at Renstar, impacting decisions of major pharmaceutical companies and bringing new drugs to market. And you can be a part of these studies, as so many local medical people have done and are currently doing. WinStar has conducted more than 500 studies since its inception and would like to extend the opportunity to you to be a part of these cutting-edge programs. Call 877-629-5800 or 352-629-5800 if you'd like to know more. WinStar Medical Research, locally owned and operated in beautiful downtown Ocala. WinStar, seeking tomorrow's answers to the health questions of today.
And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I'd gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA.
All right, it's 9:30. Let's return to Hank Whittier in Veterans News. Hank?
Hey, guys, we're back. Okay, thanks, Larry. John, I know you guys always have
we always have some
something
announcements,
going on.
right?
Cookouts, giveaways,
whatever, right?
Bar bingo, bar or something. It's always the bar seems to be a central theme to your.
Well,
you know,
Bar tab.
yeah, bar
The
tab,
bar tab.
bar girls. You know,
Yeah, they miss you at bar bingo.
everybody misses me
They
somewhere
miss
because I
you
usually don't
somewhere.
go to things like that. But that's there was a time I did go to a lot of things like that. But those days are over.
Yeah, well, here's what's going on in a couple places. VFW Post 4493. I remind everybody Wednesdays and Fridays are meal nights, and Wednesday is spaghetti night, and Friday is fish night. And we serve from 4:30 until everybody gets served. We have our regular post meeting tonight at 7:30. So if anybody that's a member, we remind them to stop by and join us. Saturday, starting at noon until all the food is gone, is Men's Auxiliary Monthly Barbecue at the Post. Post 284, American Legion over in Bellevue, has Wednesday and Saturday bingo. Early birds start at 5:15, and the regular games start at 6:15. Remind everybody, if you want to learn about the Legion or you're interested in the Legion, our regular meeting is Monday, and we always start off with a nice meal at 6, and we have our meeting starting around 7 o'clock. And the highlight will be interviewing or picking the auxiliary will be picking the Girl Staters for 2013, and that's a hands-on government program where you learn about the government by doing. On the 10th, which is a Sunday, from noon to 3, we're going to have a spaghetti and meatball dinner, and it's a $5 donation. And for those from the district, our 4th district meeting is at Newberry this Saturday. Registration is at 9, and the meeting will start sharply at 10. And that comprises the Legion, the Sons of the American Legion, the Riders, and the Auxiliary. I think that's all the data that I got. James probably has some.
Yeah, imagine.
Good morning, Ocala, Marion County. Just want to remind everybody that the 4th annual VFW Post 7193 Scramble Golf Tournament is still going to be taking place on March the 2nd. That's this coming Saturday morning at the Pine Oaks Golf Course. And the registration is going to begin at 8 and it will end at 8:30 sharp. The shotgun start. Format 4 players, team scramble. The men will have white tees and the ladies will have red tees. Entry fee is $60 per player. Remember, this is a this is a benefit and a team. This is a team effort. This is also a benefit golf scramble so that we can raise money for the proposed Brady Owens Community Center / VFW Post, and it's a 10,000 square foot building, and we're asking everybody to come on out and play and have a good time, because there's going to be a lunch and a free range balls, and also, of course, you have your own golf cart. And we have mulligans, $2 each, and have 50-50 tickets, which are $1 each. Prizes will be given for our 1st, 2nd, and 3rd place teams. Your field is, of course, limited to 100 players. And if you're interested, please send your checks and money orders payable to VFW Post 7193 to P.O. Box 6413, and you better get them in the mail today so that we'll get them early by Saturday morning. Sponsorships opportunities are still available, but you got to get them in right away because the deadline for that is already passed. That was the 25th of February, and we're still trying to get a sponsor for each and every hole, and we're running a little bit short on the whole sponsorship. So if you see me come in the next day, a day and a half, just go ahead and get your pocketbook and your checkbook ready, because I'm coming for that whole sponsorship. We are asking everybody to help us with this golf tournament, because all the proceeds will be going to our community center, the Brady Owens Community Center. We're trying to get this thing up and running so that we can have a place for everybody to have all the proposed community events. Remember, on the 2nd of March, which is this coming Saturday, 8 to 8:30 is our registration shotgun start. And we're asking everybody to come out and play and have a good time. Entry fee is $6 per person. And once again, we're asking everybody to come on out and support this effort. Now, on the 5th of February, which is this coming Tuesday morning at 11 o'clock, the Military Order of the Purple Heart will be meeting at the Elks Lodge. And that is where we're having our Military Order of the Purple Heart, and we will be honoring Mrs. Marky T. Sims, which is a veteran who lost his life in Afghanistan back in December. And we're going to have a special ceremony for her. We're going to be having a baby shower and all the little nice things that's going to be having by the Ladies Auxiliary, and the men will be in there pitching in as well. So for the Military Order of Purple Heart, all the people who are members of that, please be there and on time. Also, for those who are interested in becoming a member of the Military Order of Purple Heart, you can be there at 10:30 so we can get your paperwork squared away and get you into that organization. And that's about all I have, Hank. We really do appreciate all the things that you do, and we thank you for letting us broadcast from the Holy Land down in Orlando on last Saturday. On last Thursday. We had a good time.
That was a big success for you, right?
Yeah.
Very good. Well, listen, I appreciate you looking after that widow. You know, the young man who was killed in Afghanistan a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
I know a lot of folk, and the baby's due pretty soon.
Pretty soon, and we are doing everything we can to make sure she has an easy transition of it, Hank, because a lot of things is going under the water, and a lot of people don't know a whole lot. But we're just trying to make it easier for her, because things are just not just right.
No.
With that.
Yeah, she's a young girl too.
She's a very young
girl. So those things happen. A lot of times you don't even know about that. The young man was killed in action, and here's his young wife expecting a baby pretty soon. And you guys are stepping to the plate. A few other folks I know are trying to help out. So if she needs something, give us a holler. Let us know.
I will. And thank you for your time.
Well, thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. Listen, a couple other things are going on. Robert, of course, is still involved with the court program and a few other things. But I have to make an announcement. As you know, we had a golf tournament originally scheduled, I think, in
16th.
No, well, it was February originally. Then we had to change that because of some conflicts.
Yeah.
And then, unfortunately, we get an email and a notification from the golf course that apparently they weren't communicating well with each other down there. And anyway, no fault, I guess. Just someone forgot to tell somebody else, and they double booked somehow. So we have to cancel again our golf tournament that was scheduled March 16th. So,
but now we're going to try to switch it over to a different.
Well, we're going to take a look at some things, because you can't keep on switching things, and then those are the dates that work for us, because we had other things going on and other fundraisers and other things that we obligated to. So we're going to have to go ahead and take a hard look at that. But if you contributed to the March 16th golf tournament, we have your checks, and you'll get your dollars back, except Don's not getting his money back.
Don never gets his back.
I'm keeping Don's money. Yeah. Well, it wouldn't have made any difference. You wouldn't have got that back either. But in any case, no one's particular fault. There was a miscommunication between the administrators at the golf course, and someone didn't tell somebody else. And, they double booked somehow and then made obligations. So we'll reschedule it, but I don't know when that's going to be. But if you contribute it, you sponsor the whole, we're going to give you some options on that. If you actually sent your money in to play golf, you get your money back. We'll give you some options on that as well. And if you contribute gifts and that sort of thing, we'll be talking to you about that as well. So we got a lot of work to kind of undo some things and then reschedule. But, 20 years ago, I probably went ranting and raving, but you go with the flow. These things happen. So
you got it.
Age has its benefits. I don't. That's about the only one I can think of. But
has benefits.
Yeah. Well, I said that's the only one I can think. Everything else is pretty bad, actually. But anyway, listen, we're still doing the court. And I want to harp on just the court thing because we're doing a whole lot of things. As you know, and Don mentioned it, our theme this year is no hero needs to be homeless in this country, and we got a lot of heroes. And if they're not homeless, they're living in substandard housing, which I don't particularly like doing. And there's a way out. The Vets Helping Vets are working real hard. Let me compliment the county, and I hope the city, after the mayor was here this morning, and a lot of other groups that are working with us to step up to the plate to put some veterans into their own homes. What Dawn didn't tell you about this First Lady was this is the very first house that she has ever owned in her life. Went from being homeless to living in a thing that the VA put her in, which was really not up to snuff, really wasn't up to standard. And now she's living in her own home, and that's thanks to Florida low-income housing, the Vets Helping Vets, and a lot of real generous people who made it possible. But again, it's not a giveaway program. She's actually paying for the house, so she's got a skin in the game as well. Had a great meeting with the county and also Congressman Nugent's staff the other day, and they're willing to step up to the plate too. So there's ways to solve problems if we all work together, and that's what we're doing. But we are still pushing the court thing. We are still looking for mentors. I had a little temper tantrum yesterday because folks started showing up at my office for a meeting that I didn't know about. But
well, we can't apprise you of everything we don't remember.
But you send, everybody knows Bob, and Bob, Loose Bob came in first, and of course, as soon as he came in, he started hugging me, and and that kind of set the tone for my mood.
You. Yeah. There was a problem.
There was a problem somewhere. Yeah. But anyway, it's going well. But you want to talk because you're going to go out to Oak Run on the 20th?
The 20th.
March.
Yes.
Talk to that group and maybe recruit a few people out there.
It is scheduled at this point, yes, sir. And we're going to talk about the possibility of maybe enlisting some of them out there to be mentors for us. And I think it's fantastic that they offering there. I also got, I understand, pick up some food while I'm out there.
Yeah, I understand they're going to have a few donations,
so no problem.
Don't bring Don with you.
No, he'll eat it all.
Blow the deal.
Yeah, he'll blow it real quick.
What it takes to be a mentor.
Well, that's his job. Don, that's his job. I mean, I know you think you know.
I don't know.
Yes, I know.
Oh, don't worry. It has to grow on you every once in a while.
Yeah, it is a growth.
Definitely.
We're asking people to be mentors.
Yeah.
But they don't know what a mentor is.
Yeah, and I would explain it. It's a little bit hard to do over the radio, but what I would suggest is if you think you would like to be a mentor, as long as you are a veteran of any military organization, I would like to send you, if you'll call, give me your address and so forth, I'll be glad to send you an application. Once we receive the application, that puts the ball into work. But the thing is, you need to devote about 2 hours a week of your time towards mentoring. And it really works well.
Yeah, essentially what they're doing is assuring that these folks who got in trouble with the courts, broke the law, standing in front of a judge, are following through on the sanctions that judge is saying they have to do. And you're helping them meet those objectives and reporting back to the court whether or not that person is meeting those objectives or not. Because if they don't meet the objectives, they go back to jail.
We're an actual advocate for the veteran. We are not an advocate for the court.
Yeah, except that you need to give the court a report.
Yes.
No, so you would never qualify for anything like that, Don. You might be on the other end. You might be, yeah. I was going to say work release. I can see you being a client of ours. I think that's how we originally met, was in Portsmouth, wasn't it? Yeah, I was on one side. Yeah, that's right, I was. You were on the side that you didn't cross the yellow line.
Correct.
Yes. In Marine Corps Briggs, I know about in all Brig prisons, and Portsmouth was the largest one, 1,100 prisoners up there. There were different lines, and you know, if you crossed the yellow line, that was serious, and if you crossed the red line, it would be lethal. Yeah.
Well, I actually spent a little time in the brig. There you go. And I spent it in California, in Pendleton. And I was about an hour and a half late, AWOL. And the Marine Corps, being the Marine Corps the way they were back then in the 60s. Yeah, they call it UA, unauthorized absence. They brought me in and they put me in the brig. They put me in a cage, waiting to see the old man, the major. I'm in the cage and I'm sitting next to a gentleman, and the two of us in this cage with dogs walking around it, and he says to me, "What are you here for?" And I said to him, "The same reason you're here." And he looked at me and he says, "Well, the guy I killed deserved it." And I didn't have the heart to tell him I was an hour and a half late. Right.
You didn't let him think that you killed somebody too.
So as they opened the gate and they let me walk out, the corporal says to me, "You come with me." And I waved back to him, gave him the peace sign, and said, "See you later." Remember, this back in the 60s. And I said, "See you later." And I brought my hand above. I was in the yellow line. I brought my hand above my waist, and the corporal immediately put the 45 to my head. It says, "You put your hands down now, or I'll blow your head off." And I said, "Wow, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that was a yellow line." Then we walked by the red line, and he says, "Don't try it." He goes, "I will pull the trigger." So you're correct about that, and I don't think we have those red lines.
No, they've done away with a lot of that, and yeah.
So that's how I
times
get out
have changed.
They're all
times
red
have changed.
lines now. Yeah, that's how I get out on the early release program. Thank you for vouching.
Bringing
for
back
me.
memories to you. Yep,
Yes.
Yep. Hey, listen, Liberty Tax Service of Marion County is offering free tax service for veterans between March 11th and March 16th. So, you know.
You get your taxes
get
done.
Your tax
for nothing.
done free. Give them a call at, let me see, 368-2207 or 390-8771. And they're doing things for firemen and medical and teachers too, but the week for the veterans is March the 11th through the 16th.
And that's
Liberty
fantastic.
Tax Service.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, they've got a lot of offices. I know they got some on 200 and a few other places, and one
They're
right
all
down
over
the
the
street.
place.
But 368-2207 or 390-8771, and we appreciate them doing that. Thanks for doing that, guys. Liberty Tax Service. You may want to do that. You know. Want to do that, Donnie, baby? Huh?
I don't want to declare my taxes.
Yeah. You haven't paid taxes in years, have you?
He doesn't.
Were we supposed to?
No. Yeah.
He doesn't want to get caught up.
You know,
with.
I actually had a woman work for me one time. I had a small business, and she had a guilt feeling, and she decided to go to IRS one day, and she did. She brought her little paperwork in IRS, and she says, "You know, I haven't filed taxes in 8 years, and I think it's probably time that I do that now." They were glad to see her.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
yeah.
No kidding.
I think she had as it ended up, she ended up paying like $37,000 or $38,000 or something like that. Yeah. She got off cheap at that, but I think they felt bad for her because of her stupidity. I mean, she hadn't paid taxes in 8 years, and on this whim, she said, "I think I'll decide to pay them now."
Oh, no.
And walks into IRS and basically tells them that. Didn't tell them she forgot. She knew she was supposed to pay, but she just didn't get around to it, didn't have time for it, so. She was from Cambridge. She was from Cambridge, too. From Cambridge, yeah. We interrupted you talking about
No, that's all right. That's okay, boss. I'm about to put my foot in my mouth real quick.
You haven't been paying either, have you?
No.
Why not, guys? Hey, listen, you know. Do you want to talk? No, listen. Would you like to play?
Enough.
Yeah, he has talked enough. Tell me the car show again.
The car show is on April 20th and it's open to the public, and we have a good time that day. I just wanted to say one thing. I met James Curley. James, correct me if I'm wrong, but back in the early to mid '80s.
Right.
Time flies when you're having fun.
You're right.
And I have never seen a day go by, and he was at our house almost every day, and he always would come up the driveway whistling and singing, always had a smile on his face. That impressed me about James, and I'm glad to be your friend and brother.
Very good. Well, good for the kind words. We appreciate it. He doesn't get many in here, you know. We don't treat him that well.
We love to harass him.
Yeah. But he's the only one that comes in uniform all the time. And he's got a uniform that fits.
Well, Mark is speaking about the days when I was a United Parcel Service driver and
is that right?
person. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
We delivered out there in the many farms where Mark had a nice 10, 12 acre spread out there, and so we were just so proud every time we came. We was just nice people, and his wife was nice people, and his sons, whenever they were there, they were nice people. So we just enjoyed doing what we did. I think that was my calling because of the fact that I just enjoyed it so very, very much. So you know, when you do what you do and you enjoy what you do, why not smile? Why not be proud that you do what you do?
Good positive message. I will guarantee you, Mark and Russ too, you won't be saying that about your newfound friend over here. Gloom and doom Don, you know.
You might be overlooking something about Don. You know, I've learned in a short period of time that I've known him here, he's a regular angel. He's always up in the air.
Yeah, you want that on the air, right?
They can't hear you.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Did you say a regular angel? Don has never been an angel, sir.
He's never been accused of that.
As I say, I learned early on that he was an angel because I've learned that he's always up in the air, harping about something.
Yeah.
Now we agree with you there.
And that air tends to be hot too. Yeah. Like a balloon, you know.
Don't light a cigarette.
And you got to walk with boots.
Hey, let me tell you too. 4209 is still doing their little cookouts on Friday nights, fish fries usually, but they always have something else besides fish. So they're on 36th Avenue too with that tank, that C-47. Is that what
C-47 or 48? I apologize.
No, I think he said I think Dennis said 47. I think 47.
I think it's 47, but I'm not
100%. But in any case, they do a good job down there. They're another outfit that does great things in this community. It's the VFW. Go down there on a Friday night, spend a few bucks. Their dinners are great, and again, the money's being used to help people in the community, and they don't mind stepping up to the plate doing that. So, and our folks at Lady Lake, they're going to be doing another dance here in March. I'll have the information on that.
Yeah, we need the information from
him. It's around the middle of March, but he just sent me a new flyer on that, and I'll announce it next week. But great people. They've been helping us out a lot down there. He's a great guy, Ron Jones, and again, a lot of people, people don't stand up and take a bow. There are some people who do, probably don't deserve it. But I find the folks who do the most in this community really don't do that. They do it behind the scenes and very seldom look for any accolades.
What most of them appreciate is just the acknowledgement once in a while that, hey, you did fantastic.
Well, people notice it. People
and
I notice it, and I just like the folks who do that, and that's what, I'll tell you a good, for instance, is the Air Force Association.
Yeah,
and Mike and the Air Force Association are always stepping up to the plate. I called them at the last minute. A lady called me about an old veteran who needed some escorts he was being honored at the theater this past weekend. Apparently he was in a short movie. And these guys came running out, did the honor guard for them, did the red carpet thing for them, and very, very little notice. But they do that stuff all the time. Called them last night about a funeral that has to take place. Again, they don't make a big deal out of it. If they can do it, they're going to do it. And that just happens all over this county. I was in Alachua with a big meeting with some hot shots in Alachua County the other day, some of their wheelers and dealers and movers and doers, and they were talking about Marion County and their amazement at the number of things going on down here at the grassroots level that doesn't necessarily happen in Alachua County. A lot of good things happen up there, but they tend to happen at a level that's a little higher up. You know, the Shands Hospital and the VA
Right.
Hospital and all of that, and the university. But they were talking about the grassroots, and they were particularly talking about the veterans and what they were asking us to do, the Vets Helping Vets, if we can have a stronger presence in Alachua County, which we're going to try to do. Yeah, you got a phone call?
Yes, sir. Good morning. You're on the air.
Good morning, Hank. This is Jack Bennett. Before John Rose and I get hung, we need to announce, too, that the Ladies Auxiliary at Post 4493 have a breakfast this Sunday from 9 to 11.
Mm-hmm. How'd it go?
So it's $6. It's $6 all you can eat.
Okay.
And so before John and I get hung by our wives, we better...
John didn't say anything to me. He said actually you had the responsibility on that, Jack.
Oh, yeah, you know, that's fun. That's fun.
All right, so it's this Sunday?
This Sunday, yes, sir.
And it starts at what time again?
9 to 11 a.m.
Okay, and that's down at the American Legion Post?
No, down at VFW Post.
Oh, the VFW
4493.
Post. Okay, all right, very good. Hey, well, listen, it's a good thing you called in because he took off. I don't know where he went.
He had an appointment he had to go to.
Yeah, I think he had to report into jail or something. You know, that ankle bracelet went off and he took off. So.
Exactly. All right, thank you very much, sir.
Okay, you all right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, hang in there. How many years in the service? I forgot.
21.
Yeah, Air Force?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you got another Air Force guy sitting in back here, you know. Don Harrison's been trashing the Air Force in here this morning.
You're not going to hold that against me, are you?
Well, he's another one of your guys. Yeah. Hey, Jack, you take care. Tell the girls we said hello.
All right.
Good luck on their breakfast, okay? Thanks, buddy. Yeah, you see, that's probably why John took off.
That's the reason.
Yeah.
Definitely. He forgot that.
Yeah, that's okay. There's a lot of things going on. A lot of people always have announcements. We probably don't have time for trivia this morning, right? We don't have time.
No, I don't think we
got about 3 minutes. So, Dawn, I haven't asked you. What do you got going on?
Not a
the
whole
other
lot.
Dawn, the smart Dawn.
Yeah. Oh, hardly nothing anymore. Just following up on some of the projects we got scheduled for the Vets Helping Vets.
What are you following up on? You've been hard to get a hold of. You've been ducking me.
Absolutely.
I've had work for you to do.
Break. Anybody puts 7,000 hours in there, and of a volunteer.
But what have you done for me lately?
Well, you know how it is. Recovery, mostly. But you know, it goes without saying that the Vets Helping Vets is an outstanding organization, but we wouldn't be that unless we had such a supporting community. And they have been great, you know. It's like Hank says, you know, they don't get a lot of pats on the back, but it comes from the heart, and we are the recipient of all of that.
Yeah, you do get a kick in the butt, though.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, the kick in the butt is almost as good as the pat on the back.
Let's guess who's doing the kicking.
Well, I don't listen. It's a dirty job. Someone's got to do it. I volunteered for that.
Volunteers real quick. Right.
Yeah, people. Yeah, it's really funny. You know, I guess it's a sign of recognition even when you're abused, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So someone's at least know that I'm there.
There you go.
Okay, listen. That's you know, again, people don't realize again how much work is going on out there. What people are doing in this community to really improve the lives. It's like Curly with this young lady that they're trying to help out. People don't understand, you know, and if you don't step up, it doesn't happen. You can't wait for somebody else to do it. You got to do it. And I'm proud of you guys for what you do. You do a lot, just like the Masons. All you guys step up to the plate and do good things. Well, you were a Mason up in Washington too?
No, I was made a Mason down here.
Is that right?
I was raised down here.
Oh, I thought you were a long-term, how did you get in? You must have very low standards.
Well, as a secretary, I was able to finagle some papers there.
Yeah. That $100 bill went a long way, didn't it? Huh? Yeah.
You know, we talked a lot about the Army, the Air Force, and the Marines today, but my son's in the Navy. He spent 18 years in, 12 years in fast attack submarines. Now he's on the aircraft carrier. And my grandson just received this past year, a full scholarship to Auburn for Navy ROTC. He's going to be an engineer and a pilot. So now we hit all the services except the Coast Guard, which I try to get in.
Is your wife military too?
No, my wife was with the FBI.
I thought you told me the other day she was military.
And she's got your case file.
I get along with your wife. She likes me.
That's what she told me. Yeah. He doesn't get along with too many people.
No, I know. Actually, but they tend to be female. Actually, you guys are expendable. But the wives, we can save them.
Well, Gurley, doesn't that sound like the Marine Corps? We're expendable.
Yeah, we are definitely expendable.
Listen, I knew that from day one, and that's. But anyway, look, we're about at time. I really wanted to play trivia, but we'll go on to another day. Next week we will play trivia. I promise we'll play. We'll give away lots of great things. Your home number, call after midnight, that kind of thing.
Pictures of me.
Yeah, I got 8x10 glossies now in case anybody wants them out there.
Yeah, the post office does
let me tell you, thanks to you guys from the Masonic Lodge. Really appreciate the wash machine and dryer you guys delivered the other day, and the lady really did. She called me also and said, hey, she was she's a funny read. You can't quite get a handle on it, but she really did appreciate it. And so these are the things that go on all the time. And all you other guys have been working out there, and all those folks have been listening to us, supporting us. We'll let you know what the rescheduling of the golf thing will be all about and what we're going to do next. And we probably will do another raffle this coming year for another vehicle of some sort. So all in the works. So again, I want to tell you thank you for your service, and always God bless America, everybody.